Hey everyone, it's Denny again. Today we're going to have a bit of a different video. It's going to be the start of a new series that I'm calling Battle Nations Battle Analysis. In this series, we're going to be taking a look at battles and try to understand the decision making process so that way we can become better players. When multiplayer releases, I will mostly be focusing on that, but for the first episode, we're actually going to be taking a look at my fight against the Kraken because I do think it is an interesting strategy I used. So first off, let's talk about the units that I was using. Baby groupers and buoys. So first off, buoys are an extremely important unit in naval, right? They're the really only defensive unit that we have, and we need to keep our groupers alive long enough to defeat the Kraken, so that's why we're using them. Next up, baby groupers. I use them first because they're extremely cheap. Prior to this fight, I'd lost a lot of my battleships during the Shadow Force Navy missions, and I didn't want to risk losing the rest of them against the Kraken. But also, when you look at the stats of the grouper, they're perfect for the Kraken fight. Uh, you might think, oh, they don't have a ton of HP, and they don't even have any armor, and their bite attack, it doesn't do that much. But when you look at their resistances, they have immunity against poison, immunity against breach, which are the only two types of dot damage the Kraken does. They have extremely high resistances against the type of direct damage the Kraken is going to do. Next up, why are they arranged in this sort of way? So first off, the Kraken has a spit attack in which he does more damage to the front row, specifically this tile here. Then he does a bit less damage here and less as you keep going out. So we want to keep our buoys in the front so that way they're the ones taking the most amount of damage. Next up, we're only using the first attack of the groupers, so that means we can only keep them in the second row, because in the third row they don't actually have the range to attack with their first attack. And finally, when the Kraken and the tentacles, they have a slap and a bite attack, where they can hit the front row and second row in a line, but they do more damage in the front row than they do the second row. So again, we want to keep our buoys in the front because they're the ones that aren't doing the killing, right? They just need to stay alive so that the groupers can stay alive, so that way they can kill the Kraken. So let's get into the battle, and I'll actually speed this up. Yeah, you can see that we're just hitting with that first attack, and you can see just how little damage he's doing. That spit attack, I've seen it do over 100 damage against battleships, but against these baby groupers, it's barely touching them. And you can see we are doing pretty decent damage. The baby groupers do have a decent crit rate, so we can do upwards of 90 damage against the Kraken. But yeah, you can see he's basically just doing absolutely nothing to our units. And if we skip ahead, there are losses. You can see we lost 4 groupers, which if this was battleships, it'd be pretty big. But again, baby groupers have pretty low healing costs, especially if you get your repair bay up. The teeth that we got from the Kraken probably more than pay for the repair cost. The gold probably doesn't, but gold at this stage of the game isn't that hard to get. But yeah, that was why I used the formation and units I used against the Kraken fight. Uh, and I'll see you guys next time for the next battle analysis video.